Hey, it's Scotty. So I just got a message from Tracy, and she was asking. She says that she is going to get her male guinea pig neutered, and she wants to know, after he heals up, how to prevent her, the female, from nipping at him. So there's a couple things that this makes me think about. The first is she concerned about the actual surgery site or just the nipping in general? Now, if you Google how frequently, or if you Google how long should you wait before you introduce a male guinea pig that's been neutered with a female, you will see all sorts of different answers. You'll see 2 weeks, you'll see 4 weeks, you'll see 6 weeks, you might even see longer. I personally would go with the longest one, and that was 6 weeks. And I would just go with the longest one. Better safe than sorry. If you are neutering your guinea pig, it's obviously because you don't want the female or females to get pregnant. And so if they do accidentally get pregnant after surgery, then you have pretty much done the surgery for no reason. And that's an expensive, risky surgery. Probably, if there was an accidental pregnancy, which we've seen before, it would only happen once, assuming that surgery was successful and done properly. Now, if the question is not about nipping the surgery site, but nipping in general, I would say you just follow the general practices of how you bond guinea pigs. I have an entire playlist here on YouTube about how to bond guinea pigs. There are some about with neutered males in there, I'm sure. At this point, we've got dozens and dozens, maybe even close to 100 videos about bonding. But the quick recap would be, I'd put them in a neutral area. I would take all the furniture out. I'd put maybe a pile of hay in there and just see how they do. According to the guinea pig bonding rules, I would think that there's an 80 to 90% chance that a neutered male and a female are going to get along. So I would think that you'd be pretty successful, but it's always risky. And what you're doing this surgery assuming that they will get along. There is still a chance that they may not get along, and you have to be prepared for that. And you can't force two animals to live together if they don't get along. I also have another video called You Can't Bond Guinea Pigs. There's no magic that you can do that is going to force two animals to get along if they don't want to get along. So you have to just accept if it's not working. Now, the female will most likely do the nose punching. And despite him being neutered, he still may display some humping behavior. So you have to take all these things into consideration. This is why I say, and why I volunteer at the Los Angeles Guinea Pig Rescue, and I understand not everyone has the luxury of a dedicated guinea pig rescue to do play dates and bonding before you commit to adopting. And people are in different situations where they may, have guinea pigs for a number of reasons. And so it is what it is, but you have to accept that there is a chance that it won't work. It probably will. The odds are in your favor. I would wrap my hand in a towel, like always, no matter who I'm bonding with who, and just to make sure that if there is a fight that breaks out and you put your hand in to separate them before any blood is drawn, that you don't get bit, because a bite from two attacking guinea pigs will send you to urgent care, and you may need antibiotics if you don't flush and clean it out really good. And even if you do, you still may need antibiotics. But let's take a step back. If the question is, how do I prevent my guinea pig from nipping, and that's related to the surgery site, or you want to know how long to wait, the internet is a good source, hopefully. Sometimes there can be confusing information, but your vet should be the source of all the information about this process. You shouldn't feel afraid to ask questions to your vet, and your vet is obligated to explain everything to you. So your vet should tell you how long to wait. Now, you could always wait longer. Better safe than sorry. And one of the things that I urge everyone who is doing a neutering surgery, first of all, it can be a risky surgery. Anytime guinea pigs go under anesthesia, that can be risky. They may not wake up. That's just a reality of anesthesia with all animals and people. In addition to that, that surgery site, any surgery site, can have complications in the way that it heals. And so during the recovery process, you most likely will be given antibiotics. You should ask if you are given antibiotics, or, if you're not, ask why not. But I would think for a surgery like that, there almost certainly would be antibiotics and pain medicine. And you want to keep that surgery site clean, and you want to make sure that it heals properly. I also like to give my animals probiotics like Benebac or Critical Care, which has a probiotic ingredient, during the course of antibiotics. And I'll say that different antibiotics can react into the gut in a more negative way than others. It's been my experience that Baytril, that's enrofloxacin, can be much more damaging, or guinea pigs can react strongly to that. It's very common, especially with vets who don't see a lot of guinea pigs, to prescribe Baytril, enrofloxacin, instead of some of the other more mild or antibiotics that don't seem to affect guinea pigs so negatively, like Bactrim, which is the trimethsulfa. We've talked about this before in other videos. So be very clear that you have to watch that surgery site during the healing process, and if it gets swollen, if it looks infected, if there's anything that's not right, then you need to stay on top of that, because that can be one of the biggest risks of this surgery. And we have even seen months later, after the site has healed completely, that piggies started to show signs of infection. So I'd say even up to a year, always keep an eye on that surgery site. Now, if the question was, we're worried about nipping at the surgery site should mostly be healed or completely healed after 4 to 6 weeks. I'd wait the 6 weeks. Or if my vet said wait 10 weeks, I'd wait 10 weeks. I realize it's a long time to wait to do this when you're anticipating, will they get along, won't they get along? And obviously you have multiple cages, which take a larger footprint in your home, but better safe than sorry on all of these aspects of this situation. But if you are talking about in general, how do I prevent my female guinea pig from nipping, from nose punching, from doing all the aggressive things to the boy, or vice versa, I would say you want to give them as much space as possible. Introduce them into neutral territory, but when you're putting them in the cage that they're going to live in, it should be less than the minimum. If we're talking only 2 pigs, it should be less than the 8 square feet that some people recommend. I would say a minimum of 10 square feet. If you can give your guinea pigs a 2x5 CNC cage, remember these are 14-inch grids, so a 2x4 is actually a little bit more than 10 square feet. If you can do a 2x5, then that's even better. And don't clutter it up with furniture, with houses that have a dead end. This tunnel right here is in the middle, and so they can run behind it, they can run through it and out, and it does not interrupt the flow. Okay, so that's really important, that your piggies don't feel cornered, so that they would want to defend themselves. So I hope this answers the question. Remember, you can't bond guinea pigs. You're just basically a referee. If they're going to get along, they're going to get along. When it comes to a boy, a neutered boy especially, and a girl, the odds are on your side, but there's always a chance that it's not going to work out. And you just have to be prepared for that, which is why I've set up my worldwide rescue list, and you can check out some of the places some of the rescues where you can adopt without a commitment, and you can find a friend for your guinea pig, or you can go and you can get bonded pairs that already get along. But I understand not everybody's in that situation. If you have a boy and you have a girl and you're committed to doing the surgery, you understand the risks, and you're going to put them together, then you understand the risks, but you also understand the chances. Chances are on your side, but they are not 100%, and you have to be prepared for every eventuality, every possible outcome to that scenario. All right, I hope this helps. Until next time, thanks for watching. Oh, and let's see. We're gonna put let's put the bonding rules video right here, and we will put the bonding playlist right here. Okay, so check that out, and of course, my guinea pig care guide is right down here. That goes to my website. All right, guys, thank you for watching.